Hi, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns, and you're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role playing games with friends. This is the final session of our Masks Mornings series we played for a month and a half here. I'm very excited and also just a little sad. It's a bittersweet. Like ending a cool series can be bittersweet. You're like, oh yeah, this is great. I get one more opportunity, one more bite at the apple, but then the apple goes away. So I say that specifically to say, hey, leave it all on the table. If you've got things you really wanted your character to do, let's find a way to make that happen. We've played enough sessions where I think we know all the characters, and plus folks have been nice enough to do their name thing. So I'm not going to make everybody go around and do intros. We'll do intros in game. And the beginning of our session here, I guess I should, before I drop straight in, I got all excited. Reminder that we do use safety tools. We use lines and veils. Line is a line we don't cross. A veil is something where we would fade to black. We don't want to spotlight it on screen. We also have ask first, which is content where it's situational. We may think it's cool, but we would rather talk about it, discuss it as people, as players, as a group together before we drop it into the fiction and force your character to react to it. And then on top of that layer of lines, veils, and ask first, we have X card, where you can make an X, say, hey, I need to X card this thing. I'm not going to challenge you on it. You don't have to defend yourself or explain yourself. I may ask specifically what content was X carded if it's not clear to me. And as a reminder, friends, I am public school educated, so some things just like slip right past me. So I may have to ask. Then we'll excise it from our play. Didn't happen, we retcon, whatever we need to do to work around that so we can continue our fun. And then the last bit is it's open door. We're all grown-ups. If you've got to go take care of a grown-up thing or a not grown-up thing that isn't this game, go for it. We trust you in that you're generally here to have a good time with us. And if you have a thing that takes you away from us, we're sad, but we'll be okay. We will be taking breaks probably at the hour for this series, for this last session, just as a heads up to everybody. Cool. So with all of that out of the way, now I'll finally jump into the fun. We begin this episode with the sound of a live band playing music and returned from commercial directly live from New York City in Studio 6A at the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. There's the band's playing, and the camera is panning around to the people in the audience who are all excited. By the way, there's no like pandemic that happens in my MCU. There was just a snap. So we don't have to worry about everybody being masked up and distancing and all that stuff. We just have our own problem where half of the population died for 5 years and came back. It's different pandemic, friends. But the camera maybe doesn't delay on, that's really up to you, but Wiccan, Colossus, and Turov, the three of you are here to support your good friend and teammate on her nearly completed PR tour, or her recovering my hashtag in good name tour that Dazzler has been undergoing. This is the pièce de résistance. So as the camera pans around, and then, of course, there will be this like scene behind stage. So you can determine where your character is. Are you sitting in the audience? Are you in your plain clothes? Like, we don't know that you're the superhero. Or are you outed as a superhero here to support Dazzler? Or are you just slightly off stage watching this? So I'm going to go around in a horn. We're going to start with Turov. Where is it that the camera or we, the audience watching this, see Turov?
Todolf is in the front row in the audience. He's wearing it's not retro, it's Dazzler t-shirt with the sleeves tore off. So his guns are just outrageous. And
Guns out.
Yeah, that's right. And he has blue face paint. He's done up to look like Dazzler. His hair's down. and he's just like he's getting the crowd. He's leading the crowd in chants. He's like D-A-Z-Z-ler, D-A-Z-Z-ler.
And do you have in among your person, do you have the crucible with you?
Yeah,
Or
of
did you have to
course.
check that? Oh,
I
okay,
mean,
good.
they have a little, they tied a little security tag on it that I've stopped by the booth with it. They know it's here.
Of course,
Um,
cool, good.
but it is also done up with the blades of the axe have the blue face paint on them, so it looks like if I held it up, it's Dazzler's eyes.
Great, awesome. Next, we ask Peter Rasputin or Colossus, where is it that you are in Studio A?
I think that Peter is depowered. He is way in the back of the theater, ostensibly so that he can, keep an eye on everything, but also because one, the ruckus Torolf is making makes him very uncomfortable. He doesn't really want to distract from Dazzler's moment, and he's extremely shy about trying to get his DVD of Monkey Bone signed by Jimmy Fallon. It is a powerful movie that explores the tension between an auteur's creative act and the desires of their audience. And he really wants that autograph, but also doesn't really know how to ask for it. So he's kind of in the back looking stern, but really he's feeling super shy.
Cool. And just, I'm sorry, I got so excited about Monkey Bones, my brain went on vacation. Is Colossus is he in the audience or is he backstage? I'm sorry.
My
You
thought
said
was,
that, but
sorry, I wasn't clear. No, he's in the audience, but he's like in the back row where the camera's barely looking.
Cool. Awesome. And then last but certainly not least, Billy, aka Wiccan, where do we find you?
I think I definitely got grabbed and pulled along with Torolf up to the front row. But I think Billy's there as Wiccan mostly. He's got like his Wiccan costume, but instead of the cape and hood, I think he's wearing like an electric blue Dazzler like concert tour hoodie.
The merch.
Instead of the face paint, I think he's got like blue tinted sunglasses that have like light up around the rims that are in that same sort of shape. And he looks excited to be there. Like he's definitely excited to be here for Dazzler and like on TV and stuff briefly, but is slightly embarrassed at the over the top of Torolf and like keeps having to be goaded into doing the chants with you.
Billy, your aunt and I were talking, and we think it's a good thing for you to go out to things like this. We think it's good. You have so few normal things.
If I lead the wave with you, will you stop talking about Agatha?
Yes, I will, but only because we're still trying to figure out that first date.
Whoa!
Don't have much else to say. Hold on, we're going back the other way.
Oh,
this is so good. So the bright lights, all kinds of cheering. The wave is going on. The camera at one point does linger on a particular individual who looks just, kind of not happy to be here. He looks a little too intense to be at an exciting event like this. But just as a reminder for anyone who hasn't watched the Fallon show, the general layout's like a big, huge set that appears with a huge video wall in the background, but set up in the middle there in front of the curtain is a pair of couches and two drawing easels with sheets of paper, and in the middle are these little, like it's a display with these cards numbered 1 through 10, very large, like this big, very big for TV, right? So the band is playing the Roots, playing some music. It's really good, exciting. Coming back from commercial, Jimmy Fallon comes out onto stage. People continue to cheer. And I apologize if this is too cheesy, but I got excited. So I'm going to play a little bit of like some intro here for you, friends. A little bit of box text, one might say. But then there will be a point where I have to transition because I don't have the budget to actually get Jimmy Fallon to say these things. So I'm going to be Jimmy Fallon in just a moment. So just as a warning, in case the transition is a little, shocking, because it is actually shocking where I go from a recording thing to me actually talking out loud. But that's fine, friends. It'll be okay. All right, so let me make sure that everything is set up correctly here. All right, and give me a thumbs up if you start to hear something play, and if I don't see any thumbs up, then I'll stop and I'll scramble to do something else. But here we go.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. I'm here with Questlove, and we are about to play Pictionary, but we've made it much, much tougher. This is Impossible Pictionary, and we're going to need some help. He's the star. Is that what you need after a long day of traveling? Mm-hmm. Impossible Pictionary.
More challenges, yeah.
Yes.
And what we have here is the singer from Disco Snapping Back, none other than Alison Blair. It's Dazzler! And that there's huge... Whoa! Everyone goes crazy. So, Dazzler, what's your appearance as you come out onto the stage to participate in Impossible Pictionary?
On roller skates, of course, and in this this outfit with the face paint and the whatever you call this body suit and the and the disco ball.
Awesome. And so with the disco ball, do you like do some light powers thing to make it shine?
Yeah, I think not so much that one, but like she's I do like a general small like light show like behind me as I come out. There's some glittery stuff or like kind of like a small fireworks display, that sort of thing.
Nice. And Jimmy Fallon, like as you step on, you skate onto the little set. They've got a bit of a riser, that way they can roll out the couches and everything all in one piece. And Jimmy Fallon offers to give you like a quick hug, and then Questlove, slightly bigger than Jimmy Fallon, he comes and he'll give you a quick hug as well. You've been directed to stand. Let me ask you, were you told that your partner in Impossible Pictionary is Questlove, who's the leader of The Roots and the main studio band guy, or Jimmy Fallon himself?
That's it. I think my partner is Questlove.
Okay, you're partnered with Questlove, and he says, on mic, he says, "You gotta love a girl who brings her own light show." And there's a bit of chuckle that ripples through the audience. And then Jimmy Fallon has that like smirk thing he has when something's about to happen that he knows is going to be really funny. And he says, and Dazzler, your opponent will be no stranger, as we've pulled a few strings and we understand that you would love to have a chance to throw down with Pictionary against none other than social media influencer and superstar Titania. And then the big muscular guy, he like pops up, yeah. He's screaming like insanely, and total. You're drawn, of course, to guy yelling for a moment. And that's when you notice that there are two other guys who are sitting by him, one of which like puts on a ski mask. And he's just like put on the ski mask, but you also see that he's got something glowing underneath his kind of puffy jacket. And then the other guy on the other side of big muscular guy, he's wearing these funky gloves, and he clicks and you see a few. No lie, they're runes. Asgardian runes on his gauntlets. Yeah.
Well, Fallon,
Recognize them.
he brings all types. No, I think Total, gives a sharp elbow to Billy.
Ow!
Billy, trouble. 3 bells. Three shades of the sundial. That way, to my right.
Yeah, no, the yelling guy. I see the yelling guy.
Right, but the people next to him, they're going to be a problem. First
Wait,
of all,
was
he
he
shouldn't
always
yell
wearing
like
that
that. It's
mask?
rude. What?
Was he always wearing that mask?
No, that's different. He put that on. That's how you know he's a bad guy.
Fair.
Keep an eye on them. Let's.
What about Titania?
Well, she hasn't showed up yet. I mean, yes, okay, keep an eye on her.
Titania comes out after all the cheering is happening. She's walking on these like stupidly large platform heels that literally have a little goldfish swimming inside. Like it's a see-through plastic, and there's a goldfish like swimming inside the bottom of the platforms. Big, overly done feather boa shawl thing going on, very much like the picture where she's flipping you a bird in our NPCs tab. With the big bouffant hair, looks like she just dropped out of the set of B-52's video, and she like gives a hug to Jimmy Fallon and kisses his cheek and leaves some lipstick on the cheek. And then she comes over to Questlove, and he playfully like takes her hand, and she holds it out like this, and he kisses her hand like some kind of prince or something. It's obviously like some kind of in joke or something, and then she comes over to you, Dazzler, and she's going to do this like mwah kiss thing. How do you handle that? This is the girl who tried to destroy your social media presence. What do you do?
Yeah, but I can't let that. I mean, this is yeah. I think I have to try to play along. Yeah. I will go.
Nice. I have to. Someone, thank you, Anesh. Someone shared. The world must see this picture. This is what she's wearing. Wow, that is impressive. I love that exists. Maybe I don't. I feel bad for the fish, really. Anyway, so she walks over and settles herself in the couch, but she does that thing where her arms are back and she's totally pushing her boobs up to be more impressive, and people are cheering, and that bald-headed guy is like, "Yeah, Titania's the best. You suck, Dazzler." And there's a couple of boos when he says, "You suck, Dazzler." Tortoff, how do you react?
Boo!
You suck, guy in crowd. I'm
Yeah,
coming
get him,
over
Torolf.
there.
No! Don't get him like that, Torolf.
It's a couple of security guys who are like talking hastily to each other. Colossus back in the back, you can hear that there's a little bit of in the control room, right? There's a couple people who are getting a little stressed, like, okay, wait, is the thing going to start off? What do we do? I think we just roll with it, man. This is amazing. Oh, have you seen? Everything it's trending. We're trending. So there's a good bit of excitement and also trepidation. Jimmy Fallon, thank you, Titania, for making some time. Dazzler, Titania, you both have agreed. At least Titania has. It's a bit of a surprise for you, Allison. Sorry about that. But Titania has agreed to let this game of Impossible Pictionary resolve the conflict between the two of you. And regardless how it goes, each you get a victory lap with your own hashtag. And they like throws up on the video screen a hashtag for like Impossible Pictionary winner that whoever wins gets to use for until the very next episode of the Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. So with Impossible Pictionary, we've made things a little harder, and we've decided, because this is about coming together, that the theme for all of the clues is love. So love is in the air between two former enemies who are coming together, and here we are for the loser death. That's great. So he calls you up and he says, all right, Dazzler, you're going to be the first one to draw. Just pick one of the 10 cards, and he points to the display in the middle where there's 1 through 10. And he says, just pick one of the cards. I have to guess, and mind you, it's impossible. If you don't know what it is, draw what you think it is, and I will keep guessing. And as you're reaching for one of the cards, Titania screams out, "Blank page! I'm drawing a blank!" and Questlove says, "Actually, I'm the one who's guessing. We're partnered up. Sorry, Jimmy." He's like, "Whoa." And Jimmy Fallon laughs a bit at his own mistake. So, Dazzler, what number do you pick of the 1 through 10 cards?
I don't know. Number 5 would be right in the middle. I'll take that one.
Awesome. And I'm going to send this, again, we're not going to go necessarily to mechanics per se. We'll see. But here is the clue that you get, and you get to describe to us, the audience, how you're drawing this.
Well, I think Dazzler's plan when this turned up was that if she gets something she can draw, she's going to like try to give Questlove an image of it that she would create with her light powers. But this, I don't think she needs to do this. She draws like a bathtub on little feet and a bunch of bubbles over it, and then just a head poking up.
Awesome. That's fantastic. You start drawing, and Questlove throws out a couple like, "Oh, it's a car. It's an electric car. Oh wait, no, those feet, those are feet, no wheels." And then finally he clues in, "Oh, like it's a bath. It's a bath. Oh, are those bubble bath?" And everyone uproariously cheers. But the ball guy is like, "Oh, you suck." He sits back down.
You suck.
Folds up his arms.
He's right. You do suck.
And when you guys start like talking at this bald muscular guy, the dude with the gauntlets, he kind of clicks it on, and he looks, and he points at you, Torolf. He's like, "You're going down."
No, buddy, calm down. This is Dazzler's day. It's all about Dazzler.
It's about Dazzler until this bit's over, and then my foot's going up that guy's.
Okay, you can't say that on camera.
Nice. Now, Wiccan, Torolf, and Colossus, all three of you, you're seeing the like little drop down display. So on a delay, you actually saw that it was bubble bath, but of course they're admonishing you, please don't give it away to anyone. Then Jimmy Fallon, he picks up and he picks number 7, lucky number 7. He pulls it out. He looks at it. He's like, okay. All right, here we go. And he like puts it in a little thing in the display, and it disappears away. And he gets up and he starts trying to draw, and it looks like he's drawing some little bug that's flying around. And that's when the display comes up for the three of you, for the audience, as it says, "Be mine," B-E, mine. And then the guy who's wearing the like ski mask, he like kind of whispers into his hand, and out of nowhere, Titania pops up and goes, "Be mine!" And Jimmy looks a little surprised, and she dances around, and he says, "That's it!" And people start to cheer, and the ball guys jumps up like, "Yeah! Titania rules! Dazzler rules!"
That's it, Billy. We're going over there. Did we see him do that? I'm sorry. Did I?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we gotta take.
You saw him whisper into something. Who knows? Cool. So, Torolf and Wiccan, are you guys planning on doing anything right now? There is actual security. They're off at the sides of the stage, ready to act in case there's trouble. But you're superheroes, so you could probably get past those guys. They're just regular dudes.
No, Torolf, come on, just give me a minute.
They're ruining the sanctity of the challenge.
Yes, but they're doing it sneakily so that they don't steal from the stage. So let me try sneaky, right?
All right, but you get Colossus and tell him to metal up. Or be ready to meddle up. Whatever,
Well,
Billy.
I think he's usually pretty ready to meddle. He meddles a lot, like all the time.
Well, he also meddles and things. Yes, I get what you're saying, but he usually doesn't like to meddle up. He says
I meant like with his skin, like
I thought you meant because of the shield. He
No,
always
no.
meddling.
It's homonyms.
A what now?
No, so Questlove picks out number 1 as you're now explaining the concept of weird homonyms to Toro. And Questlove looks at his clue. He picked number 1, and he says, "Oh yeah. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good, Allison." He gets up and he starts to draw like a little circular thing and a long bit. It looks like some kind of tunnel. And then he's drawing a boat that's starting to go through the tunnel. Do you think that Dazzler gets that it's tunnel of love?
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Sorry. I probably could have paused. Cool, you call out. How does Dazzler answer? Like, is there any pizzazz that she adds to her answer, or she just screams it out excitedly?
I think she's kind of excited that she's getting tunnel of love, and then she draws with her light powers like a heart over the tunnel.
Nice. It felt like, oh my god, man, you just next leveled Impossible Pictionary. That's amazing. And he has that little smirk thing, and he looks out to the audience, all, "I'm super cute, aren't I?" And people are cheering and going crazy. Then Jimmy Fallon gets up and he starts drawing. He starts drawing something, and there. Oh no, it would be Titania who drew next. That's right. Yeah. So Titania's turn to draw, and she gets it, and she says, I don't know what this is." And Jimmy Fallon says, "Well, just draw what you think it is. Just draw what you think it is, and I'm sure I can guess it." So she starts trying to draw something in a kitchen, and then the hint drops down for Wiccan, Colossus, and Total from the rest of the audience that it's Russell Stover. So she tries drawing a stove, and he gets stove, but then she's trying to move on to Russell or something, and she draws some cows and a cowboy, and Fallon's throwing out all kinds of Brokeback Mountain jokes and a bunch of other jokes, but the time runs out, and Titania is very angry about this, and the ball guy, he's like, "You cheated! That's stupid! That's just some stupid ad!" And he starts coming on like towards the stage, and security's now coming to try to stop him from charging the stage. Dazzler, what do? You hear this guy? I mean, he's there. He's physically there. He's not that far away from you. When he starts to charge the stage, what do you do?
Is he like really storming at the stage, or is he just stepping forward? Is it like?
It looks like he's about to storm the stage. Like at this point, some of the guys are trying to run in to tackle him. Maybe.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to find him or something. I need to look at my moves. I think I'm trying to make sure he doesn't hurt anyone.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it will be directly engaged threat, right? If I try to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I'll like roll forward and try to blind him, and if he still continues up onto the stage, I'll try to like trip him and something like that.
Nice. Okay, so you and all the 4 security guards are trying to charge in, but you're there first. You come off on your roller skates and like skate towards him. This is amazing. I can't wait to see this. So please directly engage. Roll plus danger.
Yeah, which is 0, but here we go. And that's snake, guys. Oh my god.
Oh, this is amazing. Okay, so you skate forward, heading towards him. You've got everything like planned out in your head. There are screams because this is totally off script. People are a little worried. One of the security guys tackles this guy, and he reaches, big muscle guy. He like reaches and he like slams his hand onto the side and grabs the guy's taser. And then you see his whole arm like shift into this hard metal, and that's when you come up on him, and he just slams his elbow right into your face. Like one of the cameras zooms in, and they slow mo it of you like boo in your head, whoa, and this little spittle like comes out, and it's got the dazzler light to it, just for a moment. Please roll to take a powerful blow.
I will do that. I took one potential from failing. I don't
That's
have
right.
any condition.
I don't think you have any. No. You're
I'm rolling
condition
flat,
free.
right?
Yeah, so roll plus conditions marked, and you want to roll low.
Will I get 8?
Oh, well, on a 7 to 9, you've got a few possible options here. You can lash out verbally, provoking a teammate to foolhardy action, or you can take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition on one of your teammates. You can give ground, which means that your opposition gets an opportunity, or you can struggle past the pain, but you have to mark 2 conditions.
Oof. Trying to choose between the second two. No, I think I'll give ground. Like she takes that elbow hit and she pulls back. No, oh, I can't do that. I can't let them show me up. I'll struggle past the pain. I'm angry and something. Angry and afraid, probably.
Insecure? Oh, angry and afraid? Oh, nice,
Yeah,
nice.
I think so. Yeah.
So wait, so you hang in there and you don't give up ground, which means he doesn't make his way to Fallon, Questlove. He obviously wasn't coming after Titania, but he's not going to hurt any of the civilians here
Mhm.
while you're all up in his face. Todolf and Wiccan, the two of you, you notice the ski mask guy like whips out this wrecking ball on a chain, which is covered in Asgardian runes. And he starts whipping it around his head. And then the guy with the gauntlets, he stands up, and the two of them, they've got you marked. They're coming after you. People are starting to like move up the stage, climbing over top of various seats and the like, getting scared. There isn't a huge like security team here, Colossus, and you hear the control room is like freaking out right now. So before we check in with Wiccan and Toro, Colossus, I want to get a view. What are you up to up there at the top watching all this unfold?
Well, I feel like long ago I would have said, all I want to do is roll some dice. No, but this is a before we get started roll.
Okay, go for it. Do it. You've
yeah.
got that. You've got that now, and you can take another action. Because I agree, you should have done that before I made you started. Cool. So you are rolling plus savior. Your savior is currently a 1.
Yeah. So on a
It's like a
7,
7.
I think it's a hold 1.
You hold 2.
Oh, hold 2.
7 to 9.
All right.
Nice. Have you like meddled up?
Well, so I didn't declare that first, so I think this is like this would, since we were saying previously you would have done that. And then I think that it makes more sense for him to try to tell the control booth to start getting people out of here than to get involved, because my teammates are up there, they can handle it for a moment. So
Awesome.
so he meddles up and gets bigger and turns to the control booth. He's like, you need to get people out of here.
Awesome. I feel like that's something they're inclined to do, so I'll give you a +1 forward, but I do want to see you engage and move here.
Fair enough.
Doesn't feel like defend is because it's indirect here. It's more like you're trying to provoke them to do what you want. Does that seem fair?
Yeah. I could use my my invoking my authority with soldier, I guess.
Ooh, you certainly could. That would be a fine use.
Yeah, let's do that because I feel like
right.
I.
You have to drop the like shield badge or something, right?
Well, I mean that's also I just turned into the 8-foot.
Okay, sure. There's that too. Are we sure he's from Shield? He's like the big metal guy. There's only one of them.
Oh no! So I rolled and I got a 6.
Selfishly use that team?
Well, let me have a look here. Nah, I'll take the potential.
Okay, awesome.
So on a miss, your attempts to control the situation create an opportunity for your enemies within Shield to act against you.
Ooh, I'm gonna write that down. Enemies. Sweet. Cool. So before we continue forward with the fight with Dazzler, Tordulf and Wiccan, a pair of guys, one with a wrecking ball, the other with some magic gauntlets, are calling the two of you out. Wickham, do you continue to hold Tordulf back at this point?
Oh hell no! That guy punched Dazzler.
Nice.
Fucking get him!
Let's get him.
Wait, so you guys are charging across, all the people are trying to move out of the way, so it's one of those dun 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 dun. It's like the huge cover of one of the comic books where two giant teams are coming at each other, running in, and I'm thinking, Toro, if you're directly engaging here. So
Yeah,
who is your primary target? Is it, hey, let's just use their names as they scream out, yeah, pile driver's gonna take you out. The guy with the gauntlets say, not a thunderbolt gets to him first. The guy with the ski mask screams. So yeah, we should do the team thing before. Sorry, Cody, but you might want Toro to have access to some teams. So let's do our team
all.
mechanics.
In
You've
fact,
entered. Yes.
I was just going to say, I at the end of the last session, I had taken an advance, which is punch everyone. So charging into a fight without hedging your bet. So I was like, I don't want the team continue.
Then you could still let you do that. That's awesome. You're not hedging any bets. Do you want to shift your danger up on any other? What label do you want to shift down?
Yeah, danger's going up and mundane is going down.
What a surprise. I did not anticipate that. All right, so you've entered battle against a dangerous foes. Oh, wow, that's not the number I meant to type in. So I add 2 to the pool, so you're now at 3 team. Who is the leader right now? Is it?
I sort of feel like it's Dazzler.
Yeah, it feels like maybe it's Dazzler. Okay.
It's the Dazzler show.
Dazzler, do you have influence over every teammate?
I think so. Yeah, I do.
I think you're the only member of the team who could say that. You get to add 1 to the pool. Does everyone have the same purpose in the fight? So Dazzler, what's your purpose in the fight here?
Oh, I think trying to make sure these thugs, whoever they are, don't hurt anyone really. Like trying to protect people.
Does anyone disagree with that as the purpose for the fight?
Let me be honest. Torolf, he's feeling a little challenged. He's feeling a little angry. He's not so concerned about saving folks as much as he is protecting Dazzler on her big day.
Okay, so it's more about giving Dazzler, like putting her over. I see. Okay, so you don't get a team for that. Does any team member mistrust Dazzler? Colossus? Do you mistrust Dazzler?
In what sense? do I
in the
expect
sense
that she
that I'm
won't?
trying to fulfill this
Yeah.
thing in the.
Well,
in the-
no, it's a like I trust her to be the person that she is. I know that she'll defend the people that are here, and I know that she'll want to be on the stage.
Okay,
Like I
fair
don't
enough.
expect
Then.
her to not do those things.
You shan't remove a team. Is your team ill prepared or off balance? A giant throwdown on the set of Jimmy Fallon live in front of a live audience and on national TV. Yeah, sure. So we will remove a team. You're down to 3-team pool. Not so bad. Don't forget, the leader of the team can mark a condition to avoid removing a team from the pool. I'm talking to you, Dazzler. You can do that now because you're the leader. And then anyone working with the team can spin team 1-for-1 to help any of their teammates and by giving them a +1 to their roll. You can also act selfishly, which means you're spending team. You say how your actions ignore or insult your teammates, remove a team from the pool, and shift one of your own labels up and another down. Your choice. Torolf, we now come back to you, but you're empowered by 3-team, even though you are not hedging your bets whatsoever. I think you're directly engaging a threat. Who is your primary focus? Is it Thunderball? Or is it Pile Driver?
So Thunderbolt has the mask. Pile Driver has the Asgardian gauntlets.
Yes, and if you look on row, the antagonist row of our NPCs tab, you'll see Pile Driver and Thunderball pictures. Hopefully that'll help.
Right, there we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I mean, listen. I gotta go. Who has the wrecking ball? Is that Thunderball?
Yeah,
Yeah, cool. I gotta go for him. He's swinging a big weapon around.
he certainly is.
While the gauntlets have Asgardian runes, and that keys me in as well. Seems a little bit more magic. Seems a bit more Wiccan style. So yeah, Thorolf's gonna leap out of his seat and huck his axe at the wrecking ball. Thunderball. Your name's stupid, by the way. I don't know who came up with your branding, but it surely wasn't someone with the creative smarts of Dazzler. Have at thee.
Awesome. Please directly engage the threat. Roll plus danger.
All right, so I'm rolling 3 dice +2 and taking the 2 lowest dice because I'm using my Axe of the Crucible
Yes, you are.
because I'm really good at this game and everyone agrees
So
I make nothing
smart.
but smart decisions.
Roll more dice.
5, 3, 3, and so okay. So 3 3s and 2s is gonna be 8.
Yeah, it's fantastic. There's
You're
no
going
reason.
nowhere.
On a 7 to 9, so you guys are going to trade blows. On a 7 to 9, you get to pick one.
I'm going to create an opportunity for my allies.
Awesome. So the Thunderball, the big thing you see as it comes around, it like sweeps across and hits a couple of the audience chairs, not people, just chairs. They splinter. And then the ball slams into your side as you come forward with your axe. Were you like looking to chop him in half or like?
I was throwing the axe at him.
Oh, right. Okay. Cool.
And so, once the axe leaves your hand, you really only have one answer, right? Which is that it ends up embedded in them is the hope.
So I think what happens is he throws that out. You're trying to create an opportunity. So what he does is throw the chain up at the last second because he's holding a length of the chain, and the blade comes forward, and the chain hits him in the face. So it doesn't chop his face in half, but the chain just hit him in the face with the force of the axe of the Crucible. So he goes flying back, and I think he slams into a couple of the other security folk, which gives you guys an opportunity because he's kind of cleared the path to where you're not going to have to worry about innocents or civilians. That'll be a little bit of your opportunity here. But I want to check in on Wiccan right now as the guy who's declared himself to be Pile Driver is charging towards you with these glowing gauntlets with Asgardian runes writ upon them.
I would so if the audience is moved back and they're not quite in danger, I think Billy is sort of like floating a few feet up behind Torulf. He doesn't quite have the cape to be super dramatic, but the hood of the hoodie is sort of fluttering in an invisible breeze, as are the little like dangly strings.
Ooh, I love the dangly strings.
But he's sort of looking back and forth between the different people and sees gauntlets charging forward, and just panics and throws out his arms and says, "Too many chairs, too many chairs!" And I'm trying to like move the audience chairs in front of him to like tangle him up and get him caught up in them.
Awesome. How do we want to hit this? Do you think you're just unleashing your powers to get in his way, or do you think you're charging up here and using one of your flares?
I think this is probably unleash powers. I was going to go flare if it was more a protect the audience route, but since you said they're cleared out, I think this is.
Oh, they're not completely cleared out. Don't worry, I will be pulling them into the action for defending very, very soon.
For the moment.
For the moment, yes. Go ahead and unleash your powers then. Roll plus freak.
Right. Those.
Unlike Torolf, you only get to roll 2 dice.
I am. Whoa, dear, that's not good.
Your freak is a 1, and it appears that does not. Yeah, that's a 5.
Yeah, it's a 5.
Yeah, that's awesome. So throw the chairs, and the chairs come, but he punches through the chairs, and a bunch of splinters come flying out towards you. Please take a powerful blow.
Oh! I wasn't trying to give him ammo.
I know, but unfortunately you did.
Let's see, conditions marked. Oh,
You do have 2 conditions marked.
good.
Don't forget to mark your potential for that less than successful action.
Well, luckily, I made up for it with a wildly successful roll here. That's an 11. Surely that must be good for me.
That is not good for you, I'm sorry to say.
What?
I'm sorry, but on a 10 plus, you for taking a powerful blow, not only do you mark potential, but now you must choose one: remove yourself from the situation, flee, pass out, etc. Lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way. Or you can choose 2 options from the 7 to 9 list.
Been betrayed by the dice.
Really? I think the dice love you and want to tell the best possible story.
I am normally drawn to lose control of your powers in a terrible way, but I was just flinging chairs around, so I'm not quite sure if that's the magic spell that opens a rift to the underworld or whatever.
Okay, sure. I'll push harder. I mean, yeah, go ahead and choose what you want.
I don't want to run yet, so I'll do 2 from the 7 to 9 list.
Yeah.
Let's just go full nonsense. I am the Nova. So, give ground, your opposition gets an opportunity. That's only fair. We just got an opportunity, and then I did that. And I'll struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions.
Yes, 4 conditions. Nova's my favorite Nova. This is good. We're hitting all the tropes. I love it.
All right, so everything but hopeless.
Sweet. Bam, all these splinters and pieces of chair come, and I think you give an opportunity to them. And I think the opportunity is that you're covered with the detritus and debris of an entire row worth of chairs, and Pile Driver thinks, oh, that's it. He got you. Bam. And his opportunity is that now he's going to charge forward and deal with Dazzler. So let's swing over to, I think, Colossus. Let's check in with you. Are you moving down towards, or you want to do anything from your observation?
Cover where people are real quick? So we've got Pile Driver running towards Dazzler.
Yeah. So we have the stage right? And then the audience.
Mhm.
Down here between the stage and the audience, where there's the bank of cameras and the like, is where bald guy Carl Creel, aka the Absorbing Man, is duking it out with Dazzler. On the front row is where Torolf is fighting against Powerball. And then over stage left is in the front row is where an entire row of chairs are on a dead Wiccan, and now pile drivers turning to go deal with Dazzler as well. Does that help?
Yeah.
Now,
So
for
first
you
of
to
all,
get there, like people are like streaming up towards you and out, like salmon's going upstream. So you will need to deal with getting through them or over them to engage. But you're welcome to. You're a superhero.
yeah. I think I'm gonna go partially with the funny thing here. So Pile Driver is running towards Dazzler full speed, and then a stage weight it winged from the back of the theater whacks him in the head and knocks him over. And I will spend one of my soldier to stun from a distance.
That's amazing. Jimmy Fallon now falls into announcer. It's like, look, we have Colossus. Colossus just chucked that guy in the back of the head with a chair. Amazing. Questlove is like moving it over, and the Roots are starting to play you guys a little bit of like inspirational music. Little P-funk, little funk going on there.
And I think I'll spend the other one to get up there quickly, because
cross the distance between them and you. How do you cross it? Like, do you just huge superhero leap? Do you like orangutan off the hanging rafter stuff? What do you do?
So my concern here is Billy, who appears to have just gone down. So I'm gonna need to get over to Billy. I think honestly, like he does a Colossus move and just like runs forward. He's got long legs. He can get past people and just does kind of a quarterback rush, and like puts a hand down on the floor to flip over things and gets over to Billy to check out and make sure he's okay.
Nice. I love it. We'll cut to the two of you in just a moment. Let's swing back to Dazzler, as it appears that Titania is not even deigning to fight you, because there was a guy who was going to charge over and help Absorbing Man, but he just got hit in the back of the head with a chair. So we have just the Absorbing Man, who says, "I'm gonna break your those disco balls, girl." He's not very good with banter.
Oh, I'm so torn here, but I think I'm gonna turn to Titania because she's still there on the stage, right?
Yes, she's pretending, she's feigning innocence
Yeah.
now.
I'm,
Oh my, I can't believe this is happening. Questlove, stay over here. I'll keep you safe. Jimmy.
And I'm going to use that. So I'm going to turn to it like over my shoulder, making sure that I'm in front of a camera so that at least potentially people can see it. Titania, get everyone off the stage, get them safe, and then I'm going to like try to stay away from Creel. So I think this is probably more provoke someone, but I'm not sure if that's actually going to work on it. Like,
sure. Yeah, so you're trying to provoke someone susceptible to your words?
maybe she is.
Does it feel too mean that she's not susceptible to your words, that this is all a setup and she doesn't want to leave the cameras, like the spotlight? Is that too fair?
Anders, you might look at your move, put on a show.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Like yeah, that's good. That's good. Time for the show.
Good suggestion.
Yeah. Thank you. That's great. Yeah. I will do that. So yeah, it's I do that, and then it's like the big light show trying to keep Creel confused. But yeah, let's see. So that's superior.
So when you put on a flamboyant display of your powers, you roll plus superior. All right, cool.
It's a 7, so I barely succeed, but I do succeed.
All right,
no
on a
one
7 to 9,
succeeds.
you name one NPC present. The named NPC must either volunteer help or information, express admiration, or ask for your help. My choice.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Yeah, I'm going to pick Titania.
Ooh, dang. Okay, so she must either volunteer help or information, express admiration, or ask for your help. And you're calling to her, hey, we need to help and get these people off the stage.
And I mean,
Yeah, okay.
like, I guess volunteering information could be like revealing herself that she's in on it.
Yeah, I think we'll go the volunteering information if that's at all. Like she reaches down and puts her hand over the little clip mic, and she says, "Honey, everything's going to plan," and smiles like this is all about a big, huge fight where she's protecting Jimmy Fallon and Questlove from the likes of you and your fights with various thugs. So that's the revealing information. Does that seem fair? Seem like a fair, successful mix of results?
Yeah. That's
okay. Sweet. So Powerball just had some trouble with you, Torolf, and the Axe of the Crucible. But he did get in a lick as well. He's now struggling back up, and I guess the Axe of Crucible returns to your hand, whether you want it to or not. What are you doing as you see Absorbing Man about to clock Dazzler in the back of the head because she was dealing with Titania?
Yeah. Total is going to leap at him and take him to the ground and subdue him. He's going to leap forward. These aren't your things to be playing with, little man. And then, smash into him, try and get him into a little short choke, Yeah.
So it's awesome. I think you're directly engaging again.
Sure am. All right, 3d6 plus 2. Ooh, the two lowest, 2, 2, and a plus 2 is a 6. Yikes.
Goodness gracious. Oh my. So that is.
We can help, right? 17 to help.
You sure can.
Yeah. Does someone else want to jump in on that? Is Colossus there to do something? Maybe?
I totally could, but I'll be honest, I feel pretty okay with Dazzler doing it too, because I was running over to
Colossus focus on Wiccan. So
like,
I think
you're the team leader, and you get a plus 1 forward.
Yeah,
from
if you want to just turn sideways and blast him in the eyeballs.
I think that's what was Torolf not? Did he not see what was happening, or was it?
Oh, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This has gotten confusing, but
No.
The guy with the wrecking ball and Powerball and Total faced off. Total threw his axe and clocked him.
Yeah.
Now Absorbing Man is about to sucker punch Dazzler, who's focused on trying to help some of the civilians by manipulating Titania. So Total leapt onto Absorbing Man, but now looks like he's about to fail. You've got an opportunity to
right.
team. And don't forget, because of your team, not what team, you'll get plus 1 forward if you're using your team to help a teammate.
Yeah. I think Dazzler grabs a mic stand and just slams it in the face of Absorbing Man.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. Sweet. Okay, so slamming it into Absorbing Man's face. Total, if you are successful, the two of you are going to trade blows. He is going to use the metal of that mic to shift his body into this like matte black metal. What is the blow that you strike upon him?
Yeah,
what does that
and
look
real quick,
like?
When we trade blows, do I have to do the take a powerful blow roll?
Not all the time.
Not all the
it's
time.
More
okay.
situational.
Got it. So I'm going to my goal was to take something from them, right? And it was to take his ability to move and act. So that's
Okay.
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wrap him up.
Okay, sweet. So yeah, that's exactly what you do. He like shifts into this matte black metal, but he's still able to move. You've tackled him to the ground, and he just boom headbutts you right in the face. It hurts, but I think at this point that's what you two are doing. You're tussling. Powerball over there is starting to get up, while of course Pile Driver is like getting up and pulling the chair and everything. They're starting to get back up, but we cut to Colossus and Wiccan. Colossus, you approach poor Wiccan. We hear some sad music in the background. It's the Roots. They're into this moment. Jimmy Fallon says, "Oh my God, is the slash hit coming true?"
Well, if it's my move, I do need to pull Billy from the rubble, and I'll be like, Billy, are you okay?
That hurt a lot. Also, these chairs are very heavy.
You could. We'll be okay if you need to back up. It's okay. We'll be okay. You keep safe. I'll take care of it.
No, we're here for Dazzler.
It's Pile Driver that had thrown it, right?
Yes.
And like, I came here for Dazzler. Right now, I'm for the one with the gloves. And so, like, Colossus will crack his neck and go, stay safe. And then go, just like, do in fact a face full of rage as he runs on the still stunned Pile Driver and just is going to beat the crap out of him.
That's amazing. I think there's that like moment of Pile Driver like standing up and dusting himself off, and he looks up, and then we cut like camera shot to Colossus charging forward. We cut back to Pile Driver, who like
The reflection of his own face coming towards him.
I think there's
awesome.
like Billy left behind, still like halfway getting to standing up, just going, so hot.
nice. Oh, that's awesome. I think this is better than any other time possibly for us to take a quick like commercial break. So we're going to cut to a bio break. So, right. So in the last moments, Colossus had checked on Wiccan and then turned to take his rage out on the man who had hurt Billy. And I'd love to see you directly engage with Pile Driver, who is not prepared for this onslaught.
What do I get on that? I have a danger of 1 now. I do. All right. That is a 10.
Perfect. Then on a 10 plus, you get 2 choices from the. Oh, sorry. You would trade blows, but you get 2 choices.
Well, my goal was to impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
Seems appropriate. Seems that happened.
And I'm going to create an opportunity for my allies. And the one that I think I specifically want to do is I would like for him in the impress, surprise, or frighten opposition to look at Titania and say, we're not getting paid enough for this, or something to that effect. Because we already have the information that she was in fact paying for it. So I just want to build on that.
I love it. Yeah, I think that's great. And I do think that Pile Driver at that point, after getting cold cocked, is going to realize this is totally not worth it, and he's going to beat feet. Like Pile Driver is out. Powerball looks at his buddy, does the mental math, and takes off as well. The two of them trying to charge towards the security guard to pile that to push them aside and get out of here. Of course, they're on national television. How are they going to deny that they were part of this illegal act? Still, in their addled minds, not being beaten down anymore in front of the cameras is probably the best option. So let's check with Dazzler, as you've gotten Titania to out herself as having set this up. Absorbing Man is currently dealing with Torolf, so you've got a few moments here. You just displayed your powers in a magnificent way. What is it, Dazzler, that you're doing? Cameras, it's like camera 2 is on you. You see the red light. The cameraman's braving it, like he gets danger pay, evidently. What do you do? Oh, talking to mute. Oh, I think there you go.
Yeah. Sorry. So Creel is still up. Pile Driver is down, but Creel and Thunderball are still going. Did I get that correctly?
Yeah, Thunderball and Pile Driver trying to take off. Titania still playing innocent. Absorbing Man and Total for still fighting.
Cool. Yeah. Think she's going to turn to the camera and say, like trying to turn, so frame it so that she's in the foreground and we can see Titania in the background, like not doing anything, at least not helping. And say something like, here we see when the chips are down who the real heroes are, and then she's going to like jump at Absorbing Man and try to help Torolf out. It's not smart, but it's what she's going to do.
Sweet. So, do you want to directly engage the Absorbing Man here in your attempt to help Torolf with the fight?
Oh, probably not, because I'm afraid and my danger is 0. But I have that that +1 forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Love it.
So that's a -1. It's a 7. So
You pulled it off.
Not an outright failure.
Sweet. So you're gonna take the Absorbing Man down, but if you don't choose to avoid his blows, you will have to take a powerful blow in turn because the cameras are on you. So that seems dramatic.
Yeah, but I think I have to impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition. I will take the blow, but it needs to look cool. So.
Yes. That's awesome. Cool. So you do look amazing. Even you taking this powerful blow is probably going to look cool, but let's see you take that blow. Unfortunately, you now have 2 conditions. So let's have you roll +2.
So 10 is good, right? Right? That's good. No.
So yeah. On a 10 plus, you get to choose one. You can remove yourself from the situation, pass out, flee, etc. Lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way, or choose 2 options from the 7 to 9 list.
Yeah, I feel okay about getting knocked out at this point. Yeah, I think so. I think he because he's metal now, and so he's pretty dangerous. So she jumps at him, gives Thorolf an opening, but he smacks her away, and she's knocked out, or at least dazed enough that she's out of.
Nice. Yeah, so you clock him, and he throws a backhand that knocks you down as well. And there's like the roots are like, oh shit, and you go down dramatically, hair flying. The camera catches it in slow mo. Absorbing Man is knocked to your feet, by your feet, Torolf, as you stand with the axe of the Crucible. And it appears that the people who, the three guys who tried to attack Fallon, you think, are down or escaped. Wiccan, what is it that you do in this moment after you just saw Colossus Colcock pile driver and scare him away?
I think he'd fly straight after Colossus, and turn him around with the. Are you okay? Did you get hurt? And I think he comes in to like hug Colossus, and I'll ask you, Jason, is this like a close, intimate hug, or does it turn into a kiss?
That is a good question. I think that Colossus is secretly passionate. I think it goes into a kiss on the cameras.
Nice. Questlo's like, hell yeah.
Wait, are those cameras still on?
Oh,
Yeah, the camera is like big red light on.
Yeah, I think. Uh-oh.
We should go check on Dessler.
Yeah,
Jimmy Fallon is already like, as he does, like corking in on the action now that that things are a little safe, as he's trying to help you up. Dazzler, are you all right, Allison? Is everything okay? He's massaging your shoulders. That was an amazing fight. Wow, we've never had a fight here during the middle of Tonight Show that resorted in like actual damage to people. Just catfights. Congratulations, you guys saved me. Thank you. Come on up, Colossus, Wiccan, that guy from Asgard.
This Torolf. His name is
Torolf. Is that like Thor Wolf?
You should have known better, little man. You say, oh, there's never been a fight. There's never been look at me. I'm prancing, and your japes and gesturing is no good. You knew what you were doing, Fallon. I've always been more of a Conan fan.
No, look. It's not his fault.
He invited Titania on Dazzler's show. This isn't his fault.
No one.
Titania says, whoa, I helped people. I didn't do anything. I can't help that that there are people, maybe your security
That your
needs
what?
some
That's
work.
your what, Titania? Yes, that's
Security.
That's quite right.
And you're right. You didn't do anything. People's superpowered villains storm the stage, and you just.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's who you are. That's who you are.
He's like cutting back and forth. Says, "Oh, that's right. It appears that the Vanguard protected all the good people of Studio 6A and the Tonight Show, the Roots. Your host, Jimmy Fallon. Congratulations to you guys." And Titania's at this point like trying to she realizes this is the best point to either cut and run, or you could, Dazzler, if you wanted, pull her into just being like peer pressured into congratulating you live on air. You could super capitalize on this?
I think being angry and afraid, I'm not in the state of mind to try to manipulate her. It's just, I'm just pissed at her for obviously setting this up and trying to pretend to be innocent. So I'm
You
there,
could
like,
get out of angry by hurting her in a way, not physically. It could be really, really just mean and nasty. But I'll let you clear angry if you want to hurt or break someone important, someone or something important.
yeah. Yeah, I think Dazzler is really going to let Titania have it. Like really, you go after me on the socials, and then when I'm working my way back up, I'm working. You and then you arrange this little thing and pretend to be all innocent and she's I think she has like a real bruise on her face here after being talked by Absorbing Man, and she's like,
Perfect.
well, we try to help and protect the audience and the band, the great band. And she's going kind of into her
She like falls into the showman stuff.
yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Sweet. Jimmy backs you up. He is second fiddle to lambasting Titania, and that she is struck. That she realizes there's no way out. She can't really just run. And finally, gratefully, they cut to commercial, and she is escorted out by security. And I just want to know, when we return from commercial, Wiccan, Torolf, and Colossus, are you on the couch with Dazzler? Like, do you end up being pulled in for like a Vanguard team interview on Jimmy Fallon after they reconstruct parts of the set and call the audience back down? They take like a half-hour break, right?
Uh,
That's
honestly,
what Dazzler wants. She's trying to like pull you onto the
There we
stage.
go. There we
so
go.
that we're all there.
Oh, us? You want? By all means. Okay. All right. Oh. I'm keeping my face paint on though.
Torf, we can't fit all three of us and the axe on the couch.
The axe deserves a seat, Billy. I don't understand. It did so much of the work. Fine. I will. It can. Hold on. Let me.
Jimmy like snaps some fingers, and a guy brings out a small like footstool for you to place the
Perfect.
axe on.
Good. A stool worthy of a kingly axe.
Is this what Brunhild uses? Jimmy Fallon will ask. Like, did
No,
she
in
loan
fact-
this to you?
No, that's a hysterical question, Jimmy. In fact, this is Baldur's axe. You may have heard the stories, of course, of the great god Baldur. But no, King Valkyrie, she prefers spear and sword in her warfare.
Baldur. That was the guy that you just fought. He seemed pretty bald. Jimmy
Wow.
does this little "I'm so funny" smirk. Aren't I cute?
Hilarious.
Adorable smirk. So Vanguard, are you guys generally here in New York City, or are you more of a like coastal set of superheroes, like a East Coast Avengers, or international? Colossus, I understand you're generally team leader, except maybe not always. What would you say? How would you define Vanguard?
So Colossus is obviously uncomfortable. Is on the couch. He's sitting next to Billy, which is probably the most comfortable thing about it for him. And he's
like tight on you guys. They've got it framed just for the two of you guys, cutting the rest of the world out.
And Colossus is, well, Jimmy, sometimes I help direct things because the Vanguard goes where it's needed. We are at the front. Is why we have the name. But the person who leads depends on the needs of the moment. Yeah, we all have different expertise. We have incredible magics of Wiccan. We have a legacy of heroism in Toruf. We have the shining light that is Dazzler. Me, I'm just a strong back. I do what I can.
Well, we did a little research before we just invited Dazzler onto the show, and it just seems appropriate to roll it out now that we have you on the couch, Allison. More of a wide shot of the entire team of Vanguard, and the video display wall behind you and Jimmy like flips to a couple of selfie pics from New Asgard with you guys, and there's a couple snaps of you at the the Warriors 3 beer hall and doing selfies with some of the tourists and the like. You guys were recently at New Asgard. You just returned with Mora, some lady that you took to prison or something. Dazzler, why don't you tell us a little bit about that excursion? It sounds really interesting.
Oh yeah, she was here in New York, causing a big old mess with these. Were they elves? She turns to Torolf to see if he's. Yeah, I think they were elves, right? But with blasters, so not like the pointy ear sword guys.
And like flips to pictures of the Guggenheim and some smoke coming off, and a few of the dark elves in their weird masks.
Yeah, and then we beat her, and we went to New Asgard, and they locked her up, but she had this old boyfriend. I don't know. I thought it was stupid, but
Dazzler.
What?
Dazzler is too humble.
It's true.
We discovered Amora was only fighting for love. We went to hell to fight for the power of love, even though in hell there is no Wi-Fi.
Isn't that just the truth? We fight for love in our own ways. You know, you asked Jimmy where we're based, and I split most of my time between New Asgard and a little place called Westview. Oh no.
What? Westview?
But I work in New York City often.
Westview? You mean New Jersey? Westview, New Jersey?
Anyways,
what are you
Amora
doing?
was in love with a man named Scourge. He was a real honorable Asgardian. These lights are sure warm, aren't they?
We'll come back to Westview. I do have a general question. I asked Thor this question. He had maybe a different answer than you, but Toro, if you're is it Asgard or is it Asgard? I just want to know. Is it Asgard? Jimmy Fallon says, smirking at the camera, or is it Asgard?
What do you think it is, Fallon? You think I don't know your insults? You think I don't hear your japes, your mocks of my great spacefaring god people? You hear yourself?
Let's imagine I'm Conan then, okay, Turtle? I mean, we obviously know that you'd rather be on a different, currently canceled night show. That's fine with me. Late night hosts who've been canceled versus me? No problem, Turtle. So I'm guessing you're going with Asgard as well.
Yes, I'm going with Asgard as well.
That reminds me, I have here my DVD of Monkey Bone. If you would sign it, I think is probably your best work. I'm a big fan.
Thank you. I love Monkey Bone. I feel like it was good work. It was a great cast. Really enjoyed. Yeah, hand me that DVD.
Physical
He
comedy.
pulls out a Sharpie.
Buster Keaton. uh, each deep surreal connotations. You have, oh my goodness, there was 1970s style references to people like Ralph Bakshi.
Love Bakshi. Love him.
Hey.
Should I assign this to Colossus or Colossus and Wiccan or what?
Let's say Billy and Peter.
Billy and Peter signs his name, hands it back. Always excited to meet a fan of Monkey Bone. All right. Well, Dazzler, we really appreciate your help here, saving the good people of Studio A. What are you working on right now? What's next for you? I know you've mostly released singles, and I have to say my favorite is Ding Dong. That's the doorbell. And he smirks again. That being one of the songs that Dazzler has produced or put out that charted. What are you out to? What's coming out next for Dazzler?
Well, I do have a new song I've been working on. It's kind of what Colossus said. In hell, there's no Wi-Fi, so I can play it now if you want.
Oh, he looks over and Questlove's like, hell yeah!
Yeah, and she skates over to the band and like does the thing where she like tells them how to play, and they just they know how to go along. Yeah, she performs her song.
Awesome. And so Dazzler comes up, all the lights are on her. Colossus, you look at the DVD from Monkey Bone, and it says to Billy and Peter, a guy who wasn't actually in the movie, Jimmy Fallon.
This is best possible signature.
In parentheses, it was Chris Kattan, dude.
So, I like this. This is good.
Oh, look,
so
you wrote both our names.
That part. So Dazzler, is this like techno pop? Was it very bubblegum? What's the style of song that this episode of Jimmy Fallon with?
Yeah, it's a very light, happy song. Like just
just a few chords, easy to remember chorus, so people can sing along, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you see in the front row the chairs that were destroyed by a wrecking ball, and also Pile Driver that are all like covered over with tarp, and everyone's crowded in, and there are a lot more security guards. They've scrounged people from other floors and other studios to make sure. But you guys are able to finish out at Fallon with Dazzler performing, giving her own light show. We cut to at home. Dazzler's mom is watching and crying and also posting about it on Twitter with all the hashtags she can come up with. And there we go. That will be the end of your Tonight Show episode with Jimmy Fallon, who total insists is a hack. And maybe you're right. Better than Leno, though. So, take what you can get.
I would have liked to show him my Kirby craft, if you know what I... Anyways, Fallon, let me... and I'm going to take you back...
What is that business? Cool. So, let's check in. It's been a 6-session series. That was like my big piece that I thought would be a fun way for Dazzler to have an opportunity to come over, but I wanted to carve out space here for anybody, any like tie-offs or epilogue type things, or I definitely wanted to do X or Y. So that is now for you guys. It could be a follow-on from, I keep hitting my mic. It could be a follow-on from, dang it, I hit my mic again. I gotta move it. All right, I'm gonna move you mic over here, there. Just make all the noise. I'm the worst ever. Okay.
Sure you don't want to tap it a couple more times?
It's on. It's on. Okay. I'm done for sure. For real. I'm not gonna hand gesture. Because it's off mic anyway. What am I doing? I'm such an amateur. This could be a follow-on right after the Tonight Show. We could also skip forward sometimes. Does anybody have any like follow-on from Tonight Show scenes that they'd like to jump into?
I think there needs to be a Billy and Peter date. But
Oh yeah, that sounds fun.
but depending on what other people had in mind, there's always possible that Torolf and Agatha show up partway through.
Oh my god, that's the best. Yes.
Oh, we totally need to have like an awkward first date night that turns into a full team celebration, like piece by piece.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. So
Oh, that's so good. Dazzler writes a song and serenades you guys. It's called Billy Peter. That's good. That's good. So, this will be fun. Each of you guys get to describe a moment during the musical montage that is the Colossus and Wiccan date, and then Torolf can describe the interruption of Torolf and on Agatha, and then of course Dazzler. You get to cap things off. So, yeah, I think that'll be a fun way to do it, right? Lead us off, Jason, with
sure.
Colossus POV.
Yeah, so it would have taken you to the Guggenheim, but they won't let us in anymore. So I think that given we have the ability to travel like almost anywhere, we decide to go like take in a magic show in Las Vegas.
Nice.
And it's what's that guy's name? Donnie Blaze? Is that his name?
Yes. From She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Oh God, yes. Madison's in the audience with Wong.
So why, but not where you think. Did you just send that woman to hell? So yeah, that's where the night starts off.
Oh, that's great. I love that callback.
Yeah, I think that's we see them like they're in the audience watching the show, and I think he needs like a pair of volunteers, and Billy like sort of pesters and drags Peter up towards the station. No, it'll be fun. It's fine. It'll be like this will be great. We'll get to see how the trick works.
He doesn't have the ring, so he doesn't actually open a portal to another dimension. Does he drunkenly try to saw Colossus in half? Or what trick do you think he's pulling, Wiccan, that you guys get involved in? Is it like a pick a card? Is it low stakes pick a card, any card?
I like the trying to saw Colossus in half. I just think that sounds fun.
Sweet. So
like Colossus is kind of tall, even depowered, so like he doesn't really fit in the box too well.
He's called squinched
his feet are on the floor, his knees are on the ground.
They have the mirrors set up, but he's all squished in, so everything's slightly out of it. It's bad. It's very obvious about the mirrors and the setup of splitting him in half, and he's not really in the box completely. But Donnie Blaze keeps going. The show must go on, so he continues on. So Torolf, at what point is it after the magic show that Torolf and Agatha show up, or just Torolf, your call?
I think Torolf and Agatha are in Vegas as well. They've had it's been a whirlwind weekend in New Asgard. The Heroes 3 Mead Hall has supplied them well, and I think they might be going to a little chapel on the strip. But then
what?
they decide, actually, this chaos magic that you have, we could probably make a run of it at the casino. So they're gambling away. Their folks are bringing them drinks, and Torolf is rolling up the dice. now, Lady Luck, kiss the knuckle bones, and I shall roll them and get a 7. Rolls them, of course, 7. Oh, this is crazy. This is all my money now. I could buy this place.
We could. We certainly could.
That the magician show is going in on. I think the door is let out. Oh, Agatha, look, it's Billy.
Billy.
Agatha, Torolf, hi.
She like
What are
slips
you
her
all
arm
doing
in
here?
his.
Well, we were just out.
On a
We are
date together?
we are on a date together. It is our first date, and nobody has been punched.
It's true. Not even the stage magician. He brandished a saw, even.
And Agatha comes up and she playfully like, boop, just right on your chin, just a little tap.
Now the night is complete. No, it's good.
It's okay. Now a punch has been thrown. It could be like every other time you guys are together.
Hooray! And now but we're missing Dazzler though.
Well, her show
sure
should be
she's-
starting any minute now.
But how could we get tickets at this point?
You mean like these? She pulls out of her purse 4 tickets to the front row.
How
should really
long
have
have you been planning this?
Never?
You know what they
What?
say, Billy.
Plan-
You know what they say about your old Aunt Agatha. It was her all along. She manipulated this whole date night. She was like, Torolf, do you want to go get married? And I said, yes, of course. That seems like a
Wait.
normal human custom. What?
Wait, she said what? You
What?
said what?
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 It was-
Wait, what are you doing here?
Anyways, we should get going. Dazzler's show is going to start any minute now.
So,
Agatha,
like, when did y'all arrive here? Is what I want to know.
Well, not too
Well,
long
They're
ago.
like, they're walking away. We just got here. It's okay. You guys are having fun. Let's all sit together like a double date.
Like a double date. I love it. A double date between a man and his boyfriend, and that man's aunt and his future
That's-
uncle. I love it.
Ah!
Are you my boyfriend?
Not me. No, Billy.
No, I mean,
What?
oh,
I mean,
It's a lot better than Ralph. That's all I can say.
but I mean, there's not like any pressure. I mean, I would want to like make you.
If you're, I mean, I didn't want to put a name on it, but
I mean, we don't have to put names on, but we could put names on
I
things
mean-
if you wanted to,
no,
like,
this
have
is
names.
This is a good, I like this name, the boyfriend. Yes, let's go to the show. Okay.
All right.
Quick smash cut to the 4 of you sitting in some of the best seats in the house. And there's a few people who are like, no, but we have tickets, the same tickets. Security are guiding them away. Sorry. And then lights coming up for Dazzler as you come out onto the stage. Huge disco ball above you, and now we realize, oh, there are actual spotlights. They're just feeding your power. Has Dazzler, does she have like a new set of songs that she's debuting in this stage, or is it all the hits, or it's a bunch of covers?
It's mostly her hits, but she has a couple of new songs, and one of them is called She's a failure, and it's definitely about Titania without
Oh, snap! I love it. Oh, that's so good. Hey, I'm curious about like your vision of Dazzler because she's our MCU Dazzler, the only Dazzler. So whatever answer you give, no one can countermand it because I mean, if you look at Thunderball and Piledriver from the comics versus the MCU versions, very different characters. Do you imagine that Dazzler is like a singer, or is she a multi-thread star? Like, does she play the piano? Does she play wind instruments, or is she just primarily focused on her voice and her light powers?
I think primarily a singer. She can probably like strum a guitar a bit, take a few chords, so she can accompany herself a little bit. She doesn't do that in this kind of thing. Maybe like one ballad, she just sits down and plays the guitar. But she's not a skilled musician, but she's got a voice, and she's got some dance moves. I think and then she
Okay.
has light powers. So, yeah.
That's great because that leads to the second question that I have. Is your mom, of course, you being a pop star, she is always trying to goad you, push you into having backup dancers and large like dance numbers a la Madonna, Britney Spears. This Vegas show, do you give in? And there are at least a few numbers where a bunch of girls and guys come out in costumes that are like yours, but not as cool. So you stand out and they back up dance for and with you during the numbers.
Yeah, I think a couple of times, but it's more like a I think it's a mix of like a fun dance party where everyone's kind of doing their own thing, and then they'll
Nice.
break into do a couple of moves that are coordinated and choreographed, and then yeah,
There's a few roller skate dancers who are doing
Yeah,
some
yeah.
crazy moves too. I love it. Awesome. Awesome. Is there anything more you guys wanted from this date sequence?
No, I think that was good.
Good. Cody, you get a smile and a thoughtful look, just checking in, making sure.
Just having a great time, man. This is the face of a man who is content.
Perfect. I do think that Agatha is like approaching this like intimacy and interested in Toro. She really wants a boy toy. And you seem very malleable.
Torolf, hold on now. Torolf
Flexible.
is nothing but a boy toy and malleable, so that works out great.
Okay, good.
I think at a certain point in the date night, Torolf does pull Billy away, and he's like, "Billy, if you need any pointers, you let old Uncle Torolf know. I've been around the block a few times, if you know what I mean, and maybe not in the ways that you think I mean, but in other ways too."
Wait, okay. I mean, I didn't want to know what you mean, but now I feel like I sort of have to know
I'm just
what.
saying, if you need any advice, obviously I'm a bit of a father figure to you, and
That's
I
not
have
obvious.
obviously a little bit, and I have a bit of experience, and I've if I don't mean to toot my own horn or on Agatha's horn. I mean, I do mean to toot that horn.
Please
but
don't do that
this is
anywhere
just
near me.
I listen. I'm pretty good at this whole thing. So if you need any tips about how to seal the deal, with a perhaps if you want to end the night with a nice kiss at the door with Colossus, I'm just saying I have some tips.
Thanks. No, I will keep that in maybe later.
Okay, here also, you're at Agatha and we cheated at gambling, and we have so much of these. Take these coins and do something with them.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh God, where are you keeping all of those?
It's inside my long tuxedo jacket. You didn't notice because I tore the sleeves off, because that's how I roll. But I've always been wearing this the whole day.
Oh, Toro is just amazing. Cool. So it feels like we've got space. We can do more. Is there more that needs to be done, or is this where we bring things to a close? Checking in.
pretty comfortable stopping right there.
I think so.
Good. Good. So it was a faster session than I anticipated, but hopefully it was fun. And hey, since this is a series, why don't we do our end of session stuff? Because that'll be fun. So at the end of every session, each of you get to choose if you grow closer to the team, grow away from the team, or grow into your own image of yourself. I'm going to leave Dazzler for the end. So we'll start off with Torolf.
Torolf is, of course, closer to the team. He's
Made you feel welcome.
Who made me feel welcome? I think it's between Wiccan and Dazzler, and I think it might not be for reasons Dazzler understands. Well, for one, Dazzler helped him in the fight, but for two, bringing everybody on stage with her. I think Torolf was like, "Wow, really? I came just as a fan, but you're bringing us up as a team." I think that helped them feel close.
Awesome. So you already had influence over Torolf, Dazzler, so you get to use to shift one of his labels up and another down.
Ooh. I'm going to shift his savior up and his, let me see, freak down.
Hmm. Wiccan, did you grow closer, grow away, or grow into your own image of yourself?
I think I definitely grew closer to the team. It was very Colossus. It was the kissing of Colossus and then the dating with Colossus.
Awesome. All Colossus, all the time. And I think Colossus already has influence over you.
Probably.
Yeah,
So how should you shift those stats?
that is a good question. Boy, howdy. So, just because it's what we're doing, I think it's pretty clearly a mundane life that we were doing. So let's push mundane up one and then push danger down one. Why should there be any danger? And there we go.
Cool. And then Colossus. What about you?
So closer to the team. And I was thinking about this. I had time to ruminate on it. Obviously, the relationship matters a great deal to Colossus. But there was also this point where Dazzler did not have to put herself at risk. And she was already beaten. And she knew the odds were against her. But she did it anyway because it was the right thing to do. And Colossus has never been more proud of his team or of her. And so she might not know it. She already had influence over me, but she's the one who gets the rose on that particular one today.
Hey. So how would you adjust? Dazzler's doing all the labels. How would you adjust?
Ooh. Yeah, it's savior up for Colossus as well, I think.
Because it's just a
And
feature.
danger down.
Okay. Savior up, danger down, did you say?
Yeah.
Cool. And then last but certainly not least, Dazzler.
Yeah, I've grown closer to the team, definitely.
Great. Who made you feel welcome?
Oh, I think I have to go with Toril just because he defended me so well against Fallon. It's the worst enemy.
Oh, so good. So good. Sweet. Sweet. So Torolf, I don't think you had influence, right? So now you get it over Dazzler? Very cool. All right. Well, we won't do any wishes because there's no way to fulfill them. But if you guys have a few stars to throw out as we bring this to a close, that'd be wonderful. I'll
I
kick off
do,
by
and
saying,
oh, go ahead. No.
go ahead.
All right, I'm starting. Here it comes.
All right.
Hope you're ready. Jason, I love your Colossus so much. There's two beats that I absolutely was all about, but one that really killed me was when we figured out Jimmy Fallon was in Monkey Bone, and you're just like, this is the best case. Like, there's just the way you delivered that was so good, so funny. Under the way you navigated the Titania interview. So at first you're like trying to twist it so that, yo, yeah, it's all fake. We're all in on it, and then you start blasting her and laying into her. It was awesome, and just the navigating that was really cool. Billy, I love the back and forth. Billy, Patrick, I love the back and forth that we get to have. We had it in the crowd, and then we got to have it at the end. And there's a very fun thing about having characters who are already close, and then even though the situation's awkward, they're still just I don't know. I really enjoy that. And Rich, for sure, big star. What a great smart setup for the influencer Dazzler. Like that, the idea of having this Pictionary night show, social combat was just really cool. I was really into that. So yeah, big stars all around. Absolutely loved it.
Cool. Thank you, Cody. I've enjoyed this series so very much. This was the true, MCU as an RPG experience can totally work. And I love that we had 4 different characters, 3 that were MCUizing some characters we hadn't really seen in the MCU. Wiccan, yes, no, but not really, not as. And then we got to see like all of the culture of the Asgardians brought in by Cody. Really, really smart choices with the characters that you guys chose and the mix of playbooks. Just hats off. This has been delightful and the wildest romp of a game that I have been party to in a long time. You guys were all so clever, and really, I laughed so very hard, so frequently during this game. It's great. It's just great. Cool. Any other stars?
I'm going to try and say them while this little wiggle worm is here with me. So, first of all, I want to give a lot of credit to Rich for the prep. In terms of like, I was looking at the NPCs tab, and the super friends are listed there, which I super loved. The way that they're laid out, the way you had pictures, and then on top of that, there's like having things laid out for Pictionary, so it mattered what number you picked. Like there's, I mentioned this a little bit last time. When I run masks, I rarely do all that much prep for individual episodes. Like I sketch in some stuff, and I appreciate new ways to play the darn thing. I also, a lot of times when I play, especially in these in short run games, I often mark romance as a potential, but I never ever expect anyone to follow up on it. And so actually having what have merged from Wiccan and Colossus was pretty great. And obviously that doesn't happen without Patrick putting the option out there and helping to navigate the space. Which is pretty amazing to me. I legit loved Anna's role in doing the move that they knew that they didn't have a good likely outcome, and then still hitting it, and I loved it. But also just Dazzler in general, like choosing when to go for it and when it's a show and when it's beside, like navigating the kayfabe of the Star playbook. I've played that playbook a few times. I always actually struggle with it, and I think you did a great job with it. And Torolf has me breaking up laughing throughout this whole freaking thing, and there's so many times where I'm like, no. and Cody's a little demon Cody on the shoulders going, but yes. So yeah, good times.
Very good times.
Yeah, also I haven't laughed this much in a game. I mean the whole series for a long time. So this was super fun the whole run through. Really sorry I couldn't be here last session, but I watched it afterwards. I think it was so fun just to watch it. So I'm fine with that. I really like Billy and Peter's romance. Sweet, very sweet. And then of course Torolf and Agatha is just yeah, it is what it is, and Torolf is who he is. So yeah, and definitely a big star to Rich for making this setup. It was very generous towards me, of course. I feel like, but making sure that everyone else also was involved, so that it wasn't like uh, at least that's how I it felt to me. I hope everyone else felt like it was equitable, I guess. Yeah, I've had a blast the whole game through. This is the first time I've played Masks more than a 2-shot, I think, and I really, really want to play more. Thanks, everyone.
Cool. Thank you, Anders.
I also had a great time. Haha, it's a surprise.
Dang
Rich, this episode in particular, I love the night show setup. I love the like constraints that come from through the series. We've had very sort of complicated bad guys and emotionally deep sort of approaches to problems, and this one was like at its heart a very straightforward fight. Like I love the inclusion of the wrecking crew because they're so easy to just fight, and like they obviously are sitting there in the middle of the audience just putting on their super outfits. Like they're just so straightforward, but you put that in a situation where there are cameras facing at us and there's an audience and we're in this like social expectation, suddenly that changes the very straightforward fight into something complex again. So I thought that was a great touch in all of them, but it was a great change up in this one where it wasn't emotionally complex. Like it was very straightforward how we all felt and reacted about this, but the whole situation had to be delicate and complicated, which was cool. Cody Torolf was just he's amazing. He's so great to interact with. I would read comics with him. I would see him in movies or shows. He's a delightful character, and I think having him brought in that whole new Asgard thread, which was such a great playground to be in. It's such an interesting space set up by the movies, but not really defined very much. And so it was a great space for us to come in and like make the backdrop for our series and make it really fantastical. But I loved your research and like bringing in Norse things into Torolf in that very like broad way that the comics do. And I don't know. Like you said, just having a character that you can just have a like banter, ridiculous friendship sort of relationship with is really fun in a game. So thank you so much for being that. Undish, I thought this was a great Dazzler throughout it. I really liked her in this episode though. Like we got to see you with the full on like media manipulator in your interactions with Titania, where you weren't straight calling her out, you weren't straight going up to fight her, you were like twisting her and making her act in the way that you wanted her to act, because again, we were all on camera. And then you combine that with Dazzler just like straight up going against someone who is just outside of her weight class for how she was attacking him. You know, Dazzler, I'll put her up in any situation, but against straight up brawlers, she tends to like need to stay back and be more creative about stuff, and you put yourself right in the way of it. And I thought seeing you take the full consequences, like getting the huge jaw hit and the conditions, just sucking it up the first time, and then actually choosing the option to get knocked out, I thought was a great
Yeah.
story arc there.
Yeah.
And Jason Colossus was amazing. He's you know, I'm an X-Men fan forever and for always, and I love Colossus. And like you said, getting the chance to explore a romance storyline doesn't always come up in shorter art games, or like people that you don't play with all of the time and get super comfortable with. But I love that you were willing to go along that with me, that you were very responsive to it, and like your Colossus was super easy to have a crush on. He was very sweet, he was very supportive, and I loved all of those scenes. And so I'm just I like the sort of like happy idyllic way that it capstoned in this episode, and I it was sweet, it was fun. Thank you for doing that with me. This was great. I'd play this more. I'd play with all of you more. I love these characters. I'd read this comic.
For sure. Me too. This was a wonderful 6 weeks. Thank you all so much. I look forward to future MCU Sundays endeavors with you guys, with these characters, different characters, remixed. Who knows? Who knows where we'll go next? But this was great. And we'll bring this to a close. Thank you all for playing. Thanks for anybody for watching. And sayonara, Excelsior, folks.